Mobile television production facilities for this broadcast are made possible by a grant from Walmart. Walmart, with their location on the White Horse Pike in Summerdale. You're watching Sterling High School Channel 19, serving Hynella, Laurel Springs, Magnolia, Summerdale, and Stratford.
For the first time since 1971, Sterling is South Jersey champ.
Went on to become the New Jersey Tournament of Champions winner. South Jersey's never won it before. So the Sterling Lady Knights and that string think South Jersey is well represented now.
Sterling is going to the championship game.
Looks like he's fouled there. Put him a desperation shot, and there he goes! It's good! It's good!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sterling Channel 19. We are here for some boys basketball. It's the Sterling Knights at 9 and 10, taking on the Pennsauken Indians at 8 and 10. Take a look at the Colonial Liberty standings. Haddonfield leading the way at 8-0, followed by Sterling at 6 and 2. That's all the division records, but you see the overall records. Haddonfield at 21-0, Sterling at 9 and 10, Haddon Heights at 11 and 8, Paulsboro at 8 and 9, Haddon Township 5 and 16, and then West Deptford at the very bottom at 6 and 12. You take a look at the Burlington Patriots standings. Burlington Township leads the way at 15 and 4, followed by Bordentown at 10 and 8, Pennsauken at 8 and 10, Northern Burlington County at 3 and 16, Burlington City at 2 and 17, and Doane Academy at 5 and 14. And you take a look at the compare the teams. Sterling 9 and 10, second in the Colonial Liberty, offense averaging 54 points, defense allowing 57. Walt Garrison, your leading scorer at 14 points per game. Julian Johnson at 13. Zion Arnett and Travis Schmidt at 9 points per game. Pennsauken at 8 and 10, third in the Burlington County Patriot, offense averaging 51 points, defense allowing 54. You take a look at the leading scorers, and we are going to send it over for the boys to introduce themselves.
Travis Schmidt, forward, Laurel Springs, New Jersey.
Zion Arnett, guard, Summerdale, New Jersey.
Julian Johnson, guard, Summerdale, New Jersey.
Joshua Bush, forward, Magnolia, New Jersey.
Brandon Allison, guard, Laurel Springs, New Jersey.
Walt Garrison, wing, Woodbury.
Isaiah Berthea, guard, Stratford.
Jace Camardo, guard, Stratford.
Isaiah Benjamin, point guard, Magnolia.
Casey Kozinski, big guard, Stratford. Marquise Holloway, forward, Magnolia. Justice Gamble, guard, Stratford, New Jersey.
Jake Spiritoso, forward, Magnolia.
All right, so the game history since 2007, Pennsauken leading the series just 2-0. Pennsauken winning in 2016 and 2020. So these teams playing every 4 years. Sterling has never beaten Pennsauken in their history, and the winner of this game will advance in the Camden County tournament to take on Camden. And you take a look at the Pennsauken starters here today. It's the junior Victor Costeller, who nailed 5 threes in their last win against Palmyra, had 23 in that game. You take a look there, Frankie Almonte on your screen as well. He had, he does not. Number 5, Ryan Jones, the junior, 11, Tim Black, and then 23, Jaden Farmer, who had 20 rebounds on January 26th in their win against Doane Academy. When you take a look at Sterling, it's Zion Arnett, Travis Schmidt, Julian Johnson, Walter Garrison, and Jason Camardo. And Julian Johnson, fun fact about him, he scored 10-plus points in 16 of the 19 games Sterling has played this year, so very impressive to see from him. And also something to note about Walt Garrison, he has not had a double-digit point game since January 23rd, so definitely interesting to see. And you take a look right there at the keys to the game. Move the ball through the zone, handle the pressure, and to play together. Definitely key here. And they've definitely been following that, guys, as Sterling has won 4 of their last 5 games. And the winner of this game will move on to play Camden. This is the play-in game in the Camden County tournament. So whoever wins this one will meet Camden in the first round of the playoffs. I'm Brian McLernan, joined here by Connor Strauss on a beautiful Saturday morning as Mr. Strauss welcomes in the Sterling starters. And Connor, very big one here for Sterling if they want to get into the playoffs and take on a very tough Camden team.
Yeah, a huge game for Sterling and a young Knights team where if they do move on and they get to play Camden, which is a much better team, they get that experience on playing such a talented team, which is huge for a young team like the Knights. Yeah,
Sterling going 21-10 last year. Obviously had a special playoff run, but came up short last game. They won 49-45 at Paulsboro, so coming off a win. Again, as I said, they've won 4 of their last 5 games. And you take a look there at Coach Behringer, who has led this team to where he wants them to right now. Obviously, the record isn't as good right now as it was maybe a year ago, but his team definitely still in good shape. And you see the head coach for the Pennsauken Indians, Harrison Carcillo, who's led his team to a 9-10 record so far this year. They went 8-17 a year ago. So these two teams in very similar spots as they won Camden.
Yeah, and this Sterling team, a very dangerous team come playoff times. Obviously very well coached by Coach Behringer.
Julian Johnson lays it up and in, and just like that, it's 2-0 Sterling.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Brian, obviously Coach Behringer, a phenomenal coach, and anytime the playoffs come around, it seems like his teams always seem to step up. So, big game here for Sterling, and expect the Knights to step up.
So the Indians looking to respond after the quick layup from Julian Johnson. Nice feed inside. Layup is no good, foul called. You take a look, a very quick start to this one as Zion Arnett tips it over to Julian Johnson, lays it in off the glass. It'll be Jaden Farmer heading to the line. First one off the front of the iron.
Yeah, and taking a look at their numbers from the free throw line, it looks like a lot of them kind of struggle with the free throw line. A lot of 50 and 40% free throw shooters on this team.
Second one good from Jaden Farmer, so Indians on the board in this one. 2-1 Sterling. Here's Julian Johnson with it. Finds Schmid underneath. Schmid chucks up a 3. That one no good. And the rebound for Almonte. Here's Almonte driving in, traveling call. So they'll hit Frankie Almonte with the traveling call. Minute through this opening quarter, 2-1 your Sterling Knights. Here is Camardo. Trying to set something up, finds Schmid underneath. Now here's Garrison. Garrison looking to find a passing lane, guarded tightly by Farmer. Nice find to Johnson. Johnson on the outside, he wants a long 3, and he's got one. Nothing but net from Julian Johnson.
Yeah, and Brian, you talked about in the pregame, Julian Johnson, 10+ points in 16 and 19 games this year. And right now he's already on pace to do it again. So Julian Johnson always steps up for the Knights.
Drive inside for Jones, can't foot one up there. Ball juggled around inside the paint, and Schmidt will come up with it for Sterling. Johnson, that one swatted out of play by Costellar.
Yeah, take another look at the 3. They gave Julian Johnson just some space, and he took it. That was almost an NBA 3 there from Johnson.
So here is Johnson with it for Sterling. Knights lead it by 4 here early. Nice pass to Schmid. Schmid looking, nice feed. Johnson, layup is good. Julian Johnson on fire here in this opening quarter. Here is Costellar, long pass over to Almonte. Back to Costellar, guarded against Arnett. Almonte driving, almost loses it. Guarded by Camardo, driving inside, loses his balance, stripped away from Schmid. Schmid back the other way for Sterling. He drives, it's good. Some quick-paced offense here for the Knights. Timeout is called. It's an 8-point Sterling lead.
Yeah, and right now you're seeing the Knights offense ran to a tee. They're playing very unselfish. They're making sure that they get the right look before they take the shot, and they're playing phenomenal right now, out to a 9-1 lead to start this game.
Yeah, playing very well indeed. Nice strip by Travis Schmid, and he is just going to use his speed, drive down the court, and lay one up and in. He is averaging 11.2 points per game here at home, so definitely a strong player when it comes to playing at the Castle. You take one more look at it, just driving inside, laying one in off the glass, and Sterling off to a really good start here this morning. And it was all because of Frankie Almonte kind of lose his balance as he drove inside. Schmid took advantage. And a nice job by Schmid to get his first points of the day. Again, glad you're with us here at the Castle. 9-1 Sterling, off to a very impressive start.
Yeah, and so far it's kind of felt like the Schmid and Julian Johnson show. And on this 4-game, when they won these 4 or 5 last games, it's really felt like they've stepped up for the Knights the most.
So here is Jones, cross-court pass to Almonte. Almonte finds Jones. Jones driving, working against a few defenders. A foul is called. It'll be against Jason Camardo. Take a look right here. Bit of contact inside the paint. Nice pass. 3-ball is good. Frankie Almonte from 3. And Pennsauken cuts the lead to 5.
Yeah, and Frankie Almonte, not a usual 3-point scorer. He only has 12 on the season. They really want to look out for Victor Casteller from beyond the arc, but a great job by Frankie Almonte there.
Here is Arnett. Finds Schmid. Schmid strips it away. He keeps it himself, though. Nice find to Johnson in the corner. He'll drive inside. Swatted away. What a play by Tim Black, and Pensauken's got it now. Casteller finds Farmer. Farmer on the outside. Quick pass on the inside. Foul called. Looks to be against Julian Johnson. Take a look right there. Wow, what a play by Tim Black.
Just a textbook block there by Tim Black. He got all ball on that. No foul called. Perfect block.
Nice 3 there from Frankie Almonte. And that'll make this a 2-point game. Here is Camardo. 9-7, Sterling leads it. That pass wayward. He was looking for Garrison. Here's Jones in stride. Jones driving. That shot good. And now all of a sudden, this game tied at 9. Sterling quick to get back on offense. Arnett fakes the pass to Schmid. Can't lay one in. Schmid will try. That one can't go. Garrison, that shot was tipped. Taken away by Pennsauken. Quick pass over to Jones. Jones driving. Shot does not go. Jones gets it back. He'll drive for a second time. That one no good.
Yeah, and a great job out of the timeout from the head coach, Harrison Casillo. They noticed that Sterling was playing very fast-paced offense, and they matched with their own fast pace, and Sterling can't keep up right now.
Pennsauken right now on an 8-0 run. Garrison from mid-range. No good off the front of the iron. Here's Casteller with it for Pennsauken. He'll slow down the pace. Sterling jumped out to a 9-1 lead. Now all of a sudden, we're tied up at 9. Here's Almonte on the outside, finds Casteller. Casteller wants the lead, and he's got it. And Pennsauken has taken the lead just like that. It's 12-9.
Yeah, and in this run, they have 9 points from the 3-point line, so Sterling's really got to do a better job of tightening up on the perimeter if they want to stop this Pennsauken offense.
Here's Arnett on the outside, looking for a passing lane. He'll drive inside. Instead, it's stolen away by Almonte. Almonte inside the paint, lays one up and in, and a timeout called by Sterling, a much-needed one, as Pennsauken is out to a 13-0 run after previously trailing at 9-1.
Yeah, and to start this game, you saw the Travis Schmid and Julian Johnson show, and now you're seeing the Victor Casteller and Frankie Almonte show. So they were great on that run for Pennsauken, forcing Sterling into a timeout and lost the lead.
Yeah, great ball movement overall by Pennsauken. A nice job by Casteller and Almonte to nail from beyond the arc, especially Almonte. As you said, Strauss, not a very well-known 3-point scorer, but he's been nailing a couple here in this first quarter, and now the Indians all of a sudden are out to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, he's averaging less than 1 3-pointer a game, and he's already got 2 in this first quarter. So great job from him for stepping up from beyond the arc and cutting into Sterling's lead and getting a lead of their own.
Yeah, you could see a little bit of the frustration there on Coach Behringer's face. Not really happy with how Sterling has all of a sudden cooled down in this first quarter after having a really hot start.
Yeah, and if you're Sterling, you got to find who's going to step up for the Knights. Obviously, they're going to tighten up on Schmidt and Johnson as they had most of the points to start the game. But you got to look at the other hot hands.
Another takeaway for Pennsauken, and that layup is good for Ryan Jones. 7-point lead for the Indians. Here's Johnson with it. Lobs it up to Camardo. Quick pass inside to Arnett. Arnett finds Johnson. Johnson with a 3-ball. That one off the mark. And Arnett gets the rebound. It'll be Sterling ball as it goes out of play.
Yeah, an unnatural miss from Johnson, as it feels like every time he pulls up for 3 and he has any space that he's going to make it. So an unexpected miss there from Johnson, but that just shows like how Sterling's been playing ever since Pensauken's run started.
3-ball for Camardo off the mark. Rebound for Farmer.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
So 2 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Here's Almonte, and a foul. It'll be traveling. So Sterling will get it back after the traveling call against Frankie Almonte. So Sterling desperate for a bucket here. Here's Johnson. Finds Schmid. Nice pass over to Arnett. Borsch on the outside. Borsch wants a 3. That one way off, and it'll go out of play.
Yeah, and Pennsauken now out to a 15-0 run, and in a first quarter that's really relied on runs for both teams, Pensauken's definitely had the better run so far.
So here is Almonte leading the offensive attack for the Indians. Nice pass underneath to Costello. 3-ball, no good. Almonte, nice find to Farmer. And that layup is good, in off the glass for Sean Pierre Lewis.
Yeah, phenomenal ball movement there from Pennsauken on that possession. It feels like they were passing the ball a lot. They had a lot of open looks, and they didn't take them until they found the perfect look.
Underneath to Arnett. Arnett driving inside. Layup can't go, but a foul called.
Yeah, so now Arnett will go to the line with a chance to end Pensauken's 17-point run, which will be huge for the Knights.
Good Euro step inside, but just got fouled. Arnett's first one is good. Arnett is 24 for 24 at the line, which if you can do math correctly, that's 100%.
Yeah, and we've talked with this boys team about how they struggle at the free throw line, but Arnett has really stepped up at the free throw line for the boys.
And he nails that one.
So now make it 26 for 26 on the year, Brian.
So a 7-point Indians lead. 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here is Costello, back out to Jones, and that one taken away. Now here's Schmid with it for Sterling. Long pass over to Arnett. Arnett wide open for 3, too strong. The rebound for Black. And we'll see what Pennsauken will do here with 10 seconds left. Quick pass, 3-ball, no good. Johnson with the rebound, he's fouled.
Yeah, and now Sterling gets a chance with 3 seconds left to kind of cut the lead a little bit and talk it over going into the end of the first quarter. So we'll see if they get the ball up the court fast enough.
Pass to Johnson in stride. Johnson finds Schmid, and that one no good. Schmid's 3-ball a bit too strong. Pennsauken out to a 7-point lead as the first quarter comes to a close. Second quarter action coming up right after this. Everybody, second quarter action here at the Castle. Pennsauken out to an 18-11 lead. And Strauss Sterling off to a great start in the first quarter, went out to a 9-1 lead, but then all of a sudden Pennsauken able to put their foot on the gas and go on an incredible run to now make this a 7-point Indian lead.
Yeah, Sterling was up 9-1 with about 2 minutes into this first quarter, and Pennsauken called a timeout and a great adjustment by head coach Harrison Carcillo. They noticed that Sterling was playing a really fast-paced game, and Pennsauken matched it, and a great job from Pennsauken.
So Pennsauken will start with possession here in this second quarter. Glad you're joining us here on this Saturday morning. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Connor Strauss. Nice feed inside to Farmer. Almonte, quick pass. Thought about a three, drive inside, no good. It's a traveling violation against Ryan Jones. So Sterling with their first offensive possession of the second quarter.
Yeah, and we've talked about runs, Brian, and it feels like ever since Zion Arnett hit both those free throws, the Pennsauken offense has cooled down a little bit, so Sterling kind of has to capitalize on that.
Shot was tipped. Back out to Schmid. Schmid thought about it, finds Johnson. Johnson for three, no good. And the rebound for Farmer. Long pass to Costellar. Costellar driving, no good. And a foul called. Take a look at it right here. A great pass over the shoulder to Costellar driving in. And they're going to call it against Josh Borsch. So that'll send Costellar to the line. 74% free throw shooter. First one is good. And that one no good. Bouncing around, and Arnett's got it for Sterling. So here's Johnson with it. Johnson, nice find to Arnett. Now finds Schmid. Schmid stolen away. Pennsauken ends up with it. Driving inside. The dunk for Ryan Jones. He gets up there and slams it home.
And Pennsauken has really taken all the energy out of this home crowd here for the Knights. There's a good amount of super fans here watching the game, and Pennsauken just completely took the energy out of it on that run.
Nice two there for Julian Johnson. Makes this now an 8-point game. Nice pass to Farmer. Now here's Costellar with it. Pierre Lewis to Farmer. Drive inside, and a traveling call. That'll go against Sean Pierre Lewis. And take a look. Nice takeaway from Pierre Lewis. Quick pass over to Jones, and boom! Slams that one home for Pennsauken. Strauss, that's the first time in a while we've seen a dunk happen here at the Castle.
Yeah, since the C.J. Mundell hour last year, that is the first dunk we've seen at the Castle. But Pennsauken's done a great job on their offense. They've gotten a couple of travels called, but they've done a phenomenal job with the ball movement. It feels like they always have someone open, and it feels like Sterling's almost running a trap defense against them, and Pennsauken's executing perfectly.
So here is Camardo with it. Finds Tummings. Here's Tummings driving. And it'll be a traveling call against Tummings. So it'll be Almonte to inbound it for Pennsauken. They lead this one by 8. 5:40 to go here in the second quarter. Here's Almonte. Finds Costellar. The outside to Pierre Lewis. Probably one of Pennsauken's longer possessions of the day. Quick find to Almonte, working against Camardo. Almonte sees a lane, stripped away, and it will go out. It'll stay Indian ball. So Jason Carr checking in for Pennsauken. Quick pass to Almonte. Carr back to Almonte. Pennsauken really taking their time right here. Here's a 3-ball. No good. Bounced around. Borsch gets the rebound. Quick pass over to Garrison. Garrison driving inside the lane. That one can't go. Pennsauken back the other way. Here's Costellar.
Yeah, and a good take there from Garrison. Just unlucky that he wasn't able to get it to fall. And that's what you've kind of seen with Sterling ever since that run. They really haven't gotten their shots to fall that much. Kind of unlucky.
And a foul called as Almonte takes a bit of a tumble. It's going to be against Julian Tummings. Take a look at it right here. So Costellar will inbound it. And a pass that sends Almonte all the way to the other side of the court. Working against Tummings here. Quick pass over to Costellar. Back to Almonte. Here is Almonte with it. His pass to Jones. And that pass tipped and stolen away by Camardo. Camardo on the other end. He'll drive inside. That one no good. And Pennsauken will get it back. So Sterling cannot capitalize off the takeaway.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Brian, like, Sterling's had their chances this second quarter. They just haven't gotten the shots to fall. And if you're Sterling, you kind of need to put some new players in the game, hopefully get their shots to fall. They've been tightening up on defense, though. Their defense has been pretty good this second quarter.
So another tumble taken by Almonte and another foul going against Julian Tummings. And you take a look as Travis Schmid and Zion Arnett will come in. Sterling with only one bucket in this second quarter. There's feed inside. Layup can't go. Tummings with the rebound. Able to find Camardo. Here's Schmid on the outside. Schmid makes a move. Trying to feed it inside to Garrison. Able to stay with it. Here's Camardo. Camardo pump fake. Camardo driving and is fouled. Camardo takes a tough fall inside the paint.
A very tough fall there. So we'll go to the line.
You take a look, just a bit of a tumble there. He was guarded by Ryan Jones.
Only had 9 free throws this year.
Yeah, he's 7 for 9 from the free throw line. Make it 7 for 10.
But yeah, Brian, we always talk about how big free throws are in this game, and if you're Sterling, you really got to get them to land in a game like this.
And that one can't go. It goes out of play, and that's something that Sterling has struggled with all year. I firmly believe that if Sterling was more consistent with their free throws, this would be a much different season.
Yeah, and this Knights team is pretty good at drawing fouls, too. They go to the line a lot. They just can't get the free throws to fall, and it would be a much different season, as you were saying, Brian, if they got those to fall.
Long three, in and out. Rebound here for Farmer, but he can't keep it in play. It'll be Sterling ball.
Yeah, and Brian, free throws are a big momentum changer. You saw Arnett hit both free throws, and that's kind of cooled down Pensauken's run. So free throws are a big momentum changer, and it's a different season if they get some of those to fall.
Yeah, we've seen games decided by free throws here for the Knights multiple times this year. I believe that Sterling would probably have at least 2 or 3 more wins in their win column if they were more consistent with it. But nevertheless, Sterling right now 9-10, taking on the 9-10 Pennsauken Indians as we get a Sterling timeout. You can follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19. All behind-the-scenes information, updates for when we go live here at the Castle, and much, much more. Again, you can find all that on Twitter when you follow us at SterlingTV19. So again, if you're just joining us, Pennsauken with a 21-13 lead over the Sterling Knights. And again, The winner of this game will move on to play Camden in the first round of the playoffs. So definitely a big game for both teams. This is the play-in game.
Yeah, and we were talking about it earlier, Brian. Both these teams, some pretty young teams. Pennsauken started 3 juniors, so if they get that experience playing against Camden, that's huge to bring into next season. Obviously, Camden, a very talented team, but you always play your best when you play those very talented teams.
So here is Camardo setting up the offense for Sterling. Again, only just 1 bucket in this second quarter. Tummings able to find Johnson. Johnson, nice feed inside, but it's stolen away. And now taken away by Camardo, and Camardo's fouled again, and another tough fall.
Yeah, Camardo draws a foul, kind of.
My goodness.
Safe the layup. That's a very tough fall there for Camardo.
Melvin Drumgool was guarding him, and he'd take a look from the roof cam. Hope Camardo's okay. Seems to be all right. Back out there on the court.
He looks to be okay. He's going to get subbed off.
Yeah, he's getting subbed off for Josh Borsch. So yeah, Camardo will check out. We'll see if Sean Clank will take a look at him, and a foul called.
Yeah, and I noticed on that inbound play there, a little bit of a miscommunication by the Knights. They get it to Johnson in the corner. They didn't have anyone up top in the mid-range, and they only had people on the corner or in the paint. So thank God Sterling got fouled there, or else it would have been a loss of possession.
So Johnson will inbound it to Arnett. 2 minutes left here in this first half. Beat Mr. Strauss to it. Still an 8-point Indians lead. Here's Johnson with it. Johnson back to Arnett, finds Tummings. Tummings to Arnett on the outside. And Arnett gets it stolen away from him. Another takeaway for this Pennsauken defense. Drive inside and a foul. It'll be a jump ball.
So it will be Sterling ball. The possession arrows pointed Sterling's way. Shout out to Mr. Leakin, who's on the possession arrow today.
Yeah, Mr. Leakin, well known at doing the clock as well as the possession arrow. Big shout out to him, and also big shout out to your dad, Mr. Rob Strauss, doing PA.
Yeah. And Camardo seems to be okay. He's back in the game.
Yeah, that's good to see. Didn't have to take too much time on the bench. He's back out there on the hardwood. Here's Camardo, able to get it to Arnett. And a bucket for Sterling will be very big here on this possession.
Yeah, we've definitely seen the offense for both teams cool down in the second quarter.
Here's Arnett. Step back jumper. It's good. Nothing but net for Zion Arnett.
Yeah, and that's another guy who's really stepped up for the Knights this game. Zion Arnett, he made those 2 big free throws and a good bucket there from the mid-range.
Pass to the outside for Ryan Jones. Pennsauken themselves trying to get something going offensively here in the quarter. That pass stolen away by Johnson. Johnson back the other way for Sterling. Johnson juggling it around, stolen away by Costellar. Nice pass to Jones. Jones driving, can't lay it in. Second try, that one can't go. Third time, no good. Juggled around and a foul called.
And so you've seen Pensauken's offense cool down this second quarter, and that kind of shows it there. And the Knights need to capitalize here because of 3 here, and it's a 1-possession game.
Yeah, I mean, Pennsauken had three shots to try and get that bucket, and it was only Travis Schmid down there, and they just could not get it to fall. We'll see if Sterling is open for a final shot opportunity here with about 12 seconds. They trail it by 6. Johnson on the outside finds Arnett in the corner. Back out to Johnson. Camardo. Borsch back to Camardo. They can't get a shot off, and that will conclude this second quarter. Pennsauken out to a 21-15 lead. Second half action coming up right after this.
Yo, you should probably answer that. It's probably somebody like super important.
Do not answer that. 1 out of 4 teens send a text at least once every time they drive.
Well, it can't be that harmful, can it?
No, dude. 1.6 million car crashes are caused by distracted drivers each year. So when driving, remember, stay in the zone and kill the phone.
It's getting late. I should really go to bed.
Oh, what are you worried about? Come on, it won't hurt if you stay up another hour.
You know what? You're right. It couldn't hurt to stay up for another hour or so. What? It's already 1 a.m.? I didn't even realize it was so late. I'm telling her I'm going to bed. Oh my god, it's 7 a.m. Oh my god, ow! Ugh. Mom, I'm running late. Don't forget to pick up the kids later. All right, I gotta go. Have a good day.
Man, I really like talking to you.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
What? Hit me? Why?
Because, are you gonna hit me or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
Ugh, this is so stupid.
That's more like it.
Ugh, I never said you could hit me.
What is that guy fighting?
What's your name? You never called. Tyler. Are you from Fight Club? Shh. You know the first rule.
Dude, you should really take your hood down. I heard there's so many people that return off for an entire semester. Dude, that's just a little bit. I'm taking my hood down. That's stupid.
Hey, you know the rules. No hood, and where's your ID? Get to class.
How many times do I have to tell you? Get the hoodie off. That's it, I've had it with this hoodie business. Down to Vice Principal's office, now.
Oh, dude, you smell horrible. Everybody's gonna notice.
All right, class, we're going to start with the... Dude, get out of here. Ugh. Ugh.
Stop right there, man. You smell like garbage. You're sticking up the whole school. The odor police is here now. Take this deodorant. Please, do us a favor and use it.
I need to use the potty.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Yes, you can.
wasn't even gone for that long.
Hey you, yeah you. When you take your eyes off the road, the chances of you getting in an accident go up by 400%. For students, more than 3,000 teens die each year in accidents that involve texting and driving. So why are you on your phone in the first place? Your car is not a place to scroll, post, or share things with your friends. The person you're texting would probably rather have you stay alive. So when you're driving, stay in the zone and kill the phone.
I could really use a bev right now.
Braden, how many times I tell you not to bring drinks in the classroom, just water? Braden, how many times I tell you not to bring drinks in the classroom?
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fine.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
Everybody, welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. A 21-15 lead for the Pennsauken Indians. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19. Take a look at the leading scores. Johnson leads the way for the Knights with 9, followed by Arnett with 4 and Schmid with 2. And then for Pennsauken, it's Almonte with 8, Jones with 6, and then Costellar with 4. We're going to take a look at some of the highlights for our leading scorers here in this first half. Take a look right here. Nice 3-ball there for Julian Johnson. He was off to a hot start in the first quarter, just nailing threes. Nice pass right there to Schmid. Great job by Schmid to follow up with a great inside the paint pass to Johnson. Some overall good stuff right there. Nice mid-range shot from Johnson. And Johnson doing a really good job at orchestrating this offense here for Sterling in the first half. And we're going to take a look at the first half highlights for Frankie Almonte.
You take a look at some of the highlights here for him. Almonte, obviously, great half, and that big run that Pennsauken had. He had a couple of the threes, as here's one of them right here. Nothing but nylon. Then good steal from Almonte, and he finishes with the layup. So great first half from him, and he's a big reason why Pennsauken is out to this 6-point lead to start the second half.
Yeah, and Strauss, as we said, Sterling was off to a 9-1 start, looking pretty good, looking like they might run away with this game, but then Pennsauken went out to a huge run, and Sterling really only has 2 buckets within the past, 15 minutes of game time.
Yeah, past 15 minutes of game time. Let's take a look at our next TV game. Will be Tuesday, February 6th, girls basketball, 5:30, Sterling versus Haddon Township. We'll have that live here on Channel 19 and on YouTube. It's at youtube.com/SterlingTV19.
Yeah, so very exciting for girls basketball as the regular season approaches its conclusion. Glad you're with us here on Channel 19. That's a playoff rematch. That was the last time those two faced were in the playoffs, where Haddon Township played spoiler against Sterling, and season ended up coming to an unfortunate close, but
hit about a 40-foot three. Haddon Township did.
Still baffling that we saw such a crazy end to that game. And I mean, you look at the scoreboard right now, Sterling on the boys' side of things has as many points in this game as Haddon Township did in their win for girls basketball. That pass was tipped by Arnett. Arnett comes up with it for Sterling. Mid-range shot for Arnett, no good. Rebound here for Farmer. So now here's Costello for Pennsauken, back out to Almonte. Almonte with a very strong first half here for Pennsauken. Finds Costello. Back out to Almonte. Almonte trying to get a screen. Almonte driving, that shot no good, off the mark, rebound for Schmid. Arnett in stride, nice find to Garrison. Garrison driving, back to Johnson. Johnson, 3-ball, off the mark. Rebound for Almonte. What a pass. Nice find to Jones. He drives, and the layup is good for Ryan Jones. So here is Camardo underneath to Johnson. Johnson driving inside the paint. That shot can't go. Second chance for Garrison, no good. Foul is called.
Yeah, take a look at the pass there to Ryan Jones, and Pennsauken picking right back up where they left off to end that second quarter. Back out to an 8-point lead.
So Garrison heading to the line. 58% from the free throw line. And the first one is good. Garrison, the leading points per game scorer for the Knights. He averages about 14 points per game. And that one good for Walter Garrison. So 2 for 2 on that trip to the charity stripe. It's Costello able to find Almonte. Nice passing here for Pennsauken. Nice find to Farmer. 3-ball off the mark. Farmer with the rebound, can't lay that one in, but that time he's able to get it done.
Yeah, so Pennsauken gets the basket, but a great effort from Julian Johnson on the defensive side of the ball. He was running all over the court trying to make sure that Pennsauken did not have an open look.
Pass underneath to Johnson, back to Camardo. Camardo driving, floats one up. That one can't go, gets his own rebound. Schmid from the corner, too strong. Camardo ends up with it. That one can't go, he's fouled.
So take another look at the last basket. Johnson went cross court to try and defend the 3 from Casteller, but Pennsauken ultimately gets the basket. And Camardo's going to go to the line for the 3rd time today, so he's done a phenomenal job of drawing fouls all day.
First one good for Camardo. Camardo coming into this game, he's a 78% free throw shooter. And that second one good for Camardo. So Sterling starting off strong here from the charity stripe in the second half. It's back to a 6-point Pennsauken lead. Pass taken away by Garrison. Back to Black, and a foul is called.
Yeah, and I just talked about it. Jason Camardo drawing the foul, trying to get the Knights back in this game. Draws a offensive foul there and gets the turnover for the Knights, and it's back out to a 6-point game with the Knights having another chance to make it a 1-possession game.
Nice pass to Schmid inside the paint. He's fouled.
Loses his shoe on the play, too.
Loses his shoe, but a nice pass to Johnson, and nope. See is Schmid's shoe inside the paint right there on the replay.
Yeah, and we're only two minutes and some change into this 3rd quarter, and Pennsauken already has 4 fouls, so they're close to bonus territory for Sterling. It's going to be huge if they get to go to the line every time that they're fouled.
First one too strong from Schmid. So you see Schmid averaging about 9 points per game, 79% from the free throw line. Second one good for Travis Schmid.
Yeah, and Brian, you said Schmid averaging 9 points a game, but at home he's averaging 11.2, so always comes up big at home, and in the stretch of this game, you're really going to need him to come up big for you.
Yeah, didn't really call his name a lot in that first half. Hope to call it a bit more in this one. Here is Costello. Nice job by Pierre Lewis to keep it with Pennsauken. Jumper there. Jumped around, no good. Garrison ends up with it for the Knights. Here's Garrison driving inside and swatted away. And Tim Black has made a couple of those plays today for Pennsauken.
Yeah, and what a strong block there from Tim Black. Garrison, a very contested shot he took there, but...
Here's Johnson with it. Now Garrison. Garrison wants a three. He's got one. Walter Garrison from downtown makes it a 2-point game. So here is Almonte. Pass to the near side for Costello. Jumped around, swatted into the hands of Johnson. Now here's Arnett. Driving in, no good, foul called. The second try shot won't count. We'll take a look at it here.
Yeah, and you're seeing Sterling get out to this run because Pennsauken is playing very sloppy basketball. What you didn't really see from them in that first half, they had a lot of good passes in that first half, and now they're kind of struggling to get those passes through in the second half. Good job from Sterling of closing those passing lanes.
First one good for Arnett. 51% from the line. Arnett averaging 9.2 points per game. And that one good, and this game now tied at 25. A timeout called by Pennsauken. And Sterling in this third quarter doing very well from the charity stripe. Very good to see. You can follow us on Facebook at Sterling TV 19. All behind the scenes information whenever we upload things on YouTube as well. Live sports updates and everything going on here at the Castle. You can find that and more when you follow us on Facebook at Sterling TV 19. But Strauss, very good to see that Sterling has kind of found their rhythm back in this third quarter and were able to tie things up at 25.
Yeah, great job from Sterling and a great adjustment from Coach Behringer to help them find that rhythm. Pennsauken in that first half, as I was saying, had a lot of very good passes. They were moving the ball well, and now you're starting to see Sterling get in the middle of those passing lanes, cause a lot of turnovers, and Pensauken's going to start getting frustrated. They need to make a good adjustment out of this timeout.
We need to take a look at our next TV game. That'll be this Tuesday, February 6th. Girls basketball will be taking on Haddon Township, a playoff rematch that'll begin at 5:30. Coverage live on Channel 19 as well as youtube.com/Sterling TV 19. So that should be a fun matchup, and make sure you don't miss it, because the Lady Knights are having a very strong season as they are looking forward to some playoffs. Sterling boys basketball hopefully looking forward to a matchup against Camden if they can win this game. Whoever wins this game will take on Camden in the first round of the playoffs. And Camden, one of the top teams in all of New Jersey, so definitely would be a challenge for whatever team takes them on.
Yeah, and I think if you're Sterling, that's the toughest team that you can draw if you win this game. Obviously, Haddonfield's undefeated, but Sterling plays them a lot. They're a colonial team. And I think Sterling could have played spoiler on Haddonfield, but they're going to have a very tough matchup if they do end up winning and playing Camden.
Nice dribbling there. Three ball, no good. Off the mark from Almonte. And we're starting to hear the energy here from this crowd.
Yeah, and not only that, you're seeing the frustration from the Pennsauken head coach, Carcillo, to number 2, Frankie Almonte, on that miss. He yelled at him and subbed him out right after that miss.
So here is Camardo underneath to Johnson. Johnson from the top of the key, no good. Johnson gets it back. Here's Arnett in the corner. Arnett thought about it. Nice find to Camardo. Camardo wants a three ball. That one off the mark. Rebound here for Jeeting Green. Here's Jones. Jones inside the paint. Can't lay that one in. Here's a second try. Count the bucket. And the foul against Sean Pierre Lewis.
Yeah, and a great job there from Pennsauken. Coming out of the timeout to get those first 2 points and get the lead back, that's huge.
And that one no good, so Pennsauken can't capitalize off of the foul from Borsch. So here is Garrison, finds Johnson. Johnson to Camardo. Now Borsch in the corner. Tight defense from Pennsauken, can't get that one in. And a foul called. We'll take a look at it right here.
Yeah, and Borsch, obviously one of the tallest players on this Knights team, using his height to his advantage there. Unlucky that the basket didn't fall, but a good take there from Josh Borsch.
So a couple substitutions being made. Julian Tummings checking in for Julian Johnson. Arnett at the line. First one good, excuse me. Arnett 51% from the free throw line. Again, averaging 9 points per game. And that one goes. So 27 all here in this third quarter. What a fun one this has been at the Castle. Glad you're with us. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Connor Strauss here in the booth.
Yeah, it's been such a fun game to watch. So many ups and downs. And it's really going to come down to the wire here.
Here is Costello, floating one in and out. Rebound from Garrison. Here's Garrison driving inside the paint. That one good, and Sterling has the lead. Pennsauken looking to answer back. 29-27, your Sterling Knights. Pass fake. Now here's Costello. Gets it quickly out to Green. Costello driving inside the paint. That one no good, foul called.
Yeah, and a difficult take there from Costello. 3-on-1, but he was able to draw the foul out of it. Let's take a look at Garrison's last basket that gave the Knights the lead.
So Costello with his first shot. It's good. So Travis Schmid will check in. Will take over for Borsch. Costello, a 73% free throw shooter. Second try, it's good. That'll tie things up at 29.
Yeah, and Brian, the thing that has helped the Knights the most get back into this game is really their trap defense. They ran it in the first half. It didn't work as well, but Behringer really tightened up on the trap defense in this second half, and Pennsauken hasn't really had an answer for it so far.
Here's Arnett. Dishes it out to Tummings. And here's Camardo orchestrating the offense. Garrison, nice pass to Schmid. It's swatted away. Sean Pierre Lewis with a nice play against Travis Schmid.
Yeah, a great block there, and he got all ball. Didn't draw a foul.
Arnett's inbound. Finds Camardo in the corner. Camardo able to escape. Camardo slowing up the pace here for Sterling.
Yeah, and if you're the Knights, you want to look for a perimeter shot here. It looks like Pennsauken's running a little bit of a zone defense.
Schmid able to get it to Camardo. Minute and a half to go in this third quarter, all tied at 29. Here is Garrison back to Camardo. Garrison driving, nice movement. That one bouncing around, goes out of play, and it'll be Sterling ball.
Pennsauken coach is mad about the call, as it did go off the top. That should have been Pennsauken ball.
Yeah, that clearly hit the top.
As take another look at it, did hit the top, and it looks like the referees did correct themselves as Pennsauken gets the ball.
And that one's swatted. Oh, my goodness.
Good catch, Brian.
Thank you. Something you can't do.
Yeah.
Right into your living room, right to the announcer table. I was able to make the play, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was coming to me, and then it didn't.
No.
And honestly, for me, that's probably better. If you guys remember, during the soccer season, ball came to me and I dropped it.
Layup is good there for Ryan Jones. Pennsauken able to get the lead back. Now here's Johnson. Johnson from mid-range. No good. Foul is called. Some great sportsmanship there for Victor Costello, able to help Johnson up.
Yeah, and Pennsauken has fouled a lot in this third quarter, and it's a big reason why the Knights have cut it down to a 2-point lead. So they've gone to the line a lot in this second half so far.
First shot there, good for Johnson. Johnson having a really good game here for the Knights today. And started off hot in the opening quarter and has done fairly well throughout the rest of this one. And that one good for Johnson again. So now tied at 31. 43 seconds to go in this third quarter. Crazy to believe we still got a whole other quarter of basketball left to be played. Here's Almonte. Costello with it now. Costello. That pass wayward. He was looking for Black. And it goes out of play. It's Sterling ball.
Yeah, crazy that we still have another quarter left, and a game with so much playoff implications. It really does feel like a playoff game. Playoff atmosphere. It's a tie game. We've seen big runs. It's been very entertaining here at the Castle today.
Here's Schmid on the outside. Flips it up for Johnson, back to Camardo. Now here's Schmid. Schmid driving. Schmid can't get it to go. Second try for Tummings, no good. 5 seconds here in the quarter. Almonte to Costello, no good. That one won't fall, and that will conclude quarter number 3 here at the Castle. We're set for a fun fourth quarter. We're tied at 31. Fourth quarter action coming up after this.
Where were you? You were supposed to meet me at my locker.
I had to get my books.
Let's go.
Where are we going?
Don't worry about it.
I guess one time isn't gonna kill me.
It's totally safe. We do this all the time.
There's no way these drugs are laced, right?
Trust me, you're gonna be fine.
I just need to forget everything.
It'll be fun.
A lethal dose of fentanyl is just 4 grains of sand and can hide in any drug. So no matter what you and your friends think, what you can't see will kill you. Don't die to get high. Fentanyl is fatal. Get the whole truth at CamdenCounty.com/fentanyl.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. We are tied here at 31 as fourth quarter action is ready to get things underway. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
I'm Brian McLernan, joined here by Connor Strauss, and what a fun game this has been here at the Castle, all tied at 31. The winner of this game will take on Camden in the first round of the South Jersey playoffs. So should be a fun fourth quarter today, Strauss.
Yeah, definitely going to be a fun fourth quarter. Both these teams playing for a chance to play Camden. Huge implications in this fourth quarter, so they're going to give it their all these next 8 minutes.
So it'll be Tummings to inbound it here for the Knights. This fourth quarter is set to get underway. So here is Johnson with it for Sterling. Back to Johnson. Johnson, nice pass inside Arnett. Back to Borsch. Borsch bobbles it. Arnett in the corner. He'll jump one up. That one can't go. And we'll get a jump ball as Black got the initial rebound. Substitutions coming in for Pennsauken. See over there, head coach Harrison Carcillo. Awesome. Led his team to a chance at playing Camden if they can win it today.
Also, Camardo comes off for the Knights, who was great in that third quarter, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
Floater good off the glass for Ryan Jones, who just came into this fourth quarter. Gives Pennsauken a 2-point lead. Sterling looking to answer back. This game's gone really back and forth in this second half. 3 ball, good! Josh Borsch from 3. That gives the Knights a 34-33 lead.
Yeah, and if you're the Knights, this is exactly where you want to be to start this fourth quarter. Tie game, 1-point game, and you've got the home crowd behind you, and Coach Behringer is so good in these close games.
So here is Jones. Let's find a Pierre Lewis, now out to Almonte. 3 ball, no good. And Victor Costello with the 3, can't get it to fall. We'll take a look at the last basket here for Ryan Jones, who has played very well on the interior today for the Indians. And you take a look here at the 3 from Josh Borsch. Comes up big for the Knights in this fourth quarter here early with a big 3.
Yeah, and while we were in that replay, Pennsauken got a steal.
And Pensauken's got a 3. Victor Costello from downtown. 2-point lead for the Indians. So here's Arnett. Finds Johnson underneath. Tummings in the corner. Long pass to Arnett. Schmid from the corner for 3. Too strong. Rebound for Almonte. Almonte back the other way. Almonte driving. And a traveling call. Take a look here at the 3 ball from Victor Costello. Came in with 37 threes made on the year. Definitely adding to that total in this one.
Yeah, Victor Costello, such a threat from beyond the arc, and down the stretch, you really want to make sure that you're guarding him from beyond the arc, because you can't be letting him hit threes.
That 3 good from Julian Johnson. Have a day. The Knights take the lead right back. Here's Costello, quick find to Almonte. Back to Costello. Nice find inside to Farmer. It's good. Count the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, and you're starting to see the scoring of this game pick up. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and just such an entertaining game so far to watch.
So Jaden Farmer will head to the line, averaging 8 points per game. Had 11 in Pensauken's win against Palmyra. And that one in and out. So now here's Johnson with a find Camardo. Sterling down by 1. Johnson on the outside, back to Camardo. Sterling just trying to get an open look. Just over 5 minutes to go in this one. 38-37 Indians. Here's Borsch to Camardo. Great passing here by the Knights.
Yeah, Knights slowing down the tempo of the game.
Long 2 for Borsch, it's good. 39-38 Sterling.
Yeah, and Borsch has stepped up this fourth quarter, huge for the Knights.
Nailed a 3 earlier in the quarter, and a big 2 right there. 3 ball again off the mark. Rebound for Garrison. Here's Arnett. Johnson in the corner, driving in. Floats one up, that one can't go. Juggled around and eventually taken away by Almonte. Here's Almonte. Finds Costello. Costello driving out to Jones. Nice pass inside to Pierre Lewis, and he stepped out.
And Julian Johnson in some pain after that. He's going to try and play through it. It looks like his right hand.
Very possible chance he could have done something to maybe his hand or wrist. That one taken away by Pierre Lewis. Rolling around, and Camardo ends up with it. He takes a fall and a foul.
Yeah, and Camardo's been getting fouled a ton this game. And Sterling's been able to force a lot of these turnovers because Pennsauken is passing the ball very low, very close to the ground. They're going with a lot of bounce passes, and Sterling has been reading them perfectly.
So Johnson inbounds it to Camardo. Knights lead by 1. Haven't seen a 2-possession lead in a while. Here's Arnett. He wants a 3. He's got it! Zion Arnett from downtown. A big 3-ball for the Knights. It's a 4-point game. Farmer swatted away by Arnett. Farmer comes back with it. Gets it to Costellar. Stays in bounds. Costellar stripped away. Foul is called.
Yeah, Costellar fouled on that possession there, but you take a look at the 3 from Arnett, who's been huge for the Knights today. Hasn't shot the ball much, but when he has, it's been dangerous.
Zion Arnett, a big 3 right there. Had just 12 all year entering this game. Costellar gets that to Almonte. Underneath to Costellar. Nice passing here for the Indians. Farmer to Costellar. Here's a 3. He's got it. And Victor Costellar with a 3. Makes this a 1-point game. We'll take a look. Costellar able to nail it. He's made 5 threes. He made 5 threes in the win against Palmyra. And he's got another one here against Sterling.
Yeah, and in football, you see people kind of run a QB spy on the quarterback sometimes. I think Sterling kind of needs to run a spy on Costellar to end this game out because he's so lethal from 3 and he can change a game with just 1 shot. So you want to make sure that you never lose track of him on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, Costellar scored 23 in that win against Palmyra, adding on to those 5 threes he made. Averages about 13 points per game. He is very good for this Pennsauken team. Leading scorer among these 5 starters today. What a fun one this has been here at the Castle. The Knights lead at 42-41. Winner of this game will move on to play Camden in the first round of the playoffs. So here's Johnson with it for Sterling. It'll be the Camden County Tournament. So this is the play-in game. Let's find a Borsch, and that pass a bit too strong to Arnett. And take a look right here. It's Camardo, nice feet underneath, and what a pass. Good setup overall by Borsch. It's just Arnett not able to corral the pass. 2.5 to go in regulation. Knights lead by 1. Here's Farmer. Gets that one to Jones. Almonte with it now, trying to set something up for Pennsauken.
Yeah, and you've seen the Knights run that full court press most of this second half, and it's really confused Pennsauken and frustrated them.
Costellar for 3 off the mark. Farmer gets the rebound, juggled around, taken away by Garrison. Garrison floats it for Johnson. Nice find to Garrison inside. Garrison with a pump fake. That shot can't go. Rebound for Pierre Lewis. There's Almonte the other way for Pennsauken. 1:40 to go in regulation. Here's Ryan Jones with it. Floats one up. Can't go. Farmer with the rebound. Out to Almonte. Almonte working against Camardo. Finds Jones. Here's Costello. Floater to Farmer. Farmer driving. Floater is good. And Jaden Farmer gives the Indians a 1-point lead. Just over a minute to go. Pennsauken leads by 1, and Sterling will take a timeout. Clock stopping with 1:03 to go.
Yeah, and a minute on the clock. You might think maybe Sterling goes for the last shot here. They kind of slow down their offense and go for one last shot with a minute left.
It's quite possible. We'll see what they decide to do. You can subscribe to us on YouTube at Sterling TV 19. All of our live streams and sporting events happening on YouTube. If you are watching on cable, we got it on YouTube as well. All Castle Connections commercials and much more. Big timeout there for Sterling. They trail this one by 1. And Strauss, this one a huge game for both teams. Again, as we've reiterated time and time again, the winner of this game will take on Camden in the first round of the Camden County tournament.
Yeah, just playoff implications for both teams. Just a huge game for both teams, and you can feel it. Each team is giving it their all right now. So you've really seen the scoring pick up. It's been high intensity. Just such a fun game to watch.
Yeah, and it's been a crazy one. I mean, Sterling was off to a 9-1 start, and we thought they'd run away with it. But then Pennsauken went on a crazy 16-0 run to where they really got it going offensively. And then ever since then, it's been kind of back and forth with both teams. But right now, Pennsauken with the lead with a minute and 3 seconds to go.
Yeah, just a crazy game for both teams.
A minute to go in this one. Camardo finds Arnett. Back to Johnson. Now Borsch on the outside. Here's Arnett driving, and a traveling call. That's a big foul. Take a look at it.
So now 48 seconds left. Pennsauken doesn't have to shoot. There's no shot clock.
They do not have to shoot. Sterling going to have to try and foul. The pass was tipped. Arnett gets it for Sterling. Arnett inside the paint. Can't lay one in. Farmer gets the rebound, and he's fouled. My goodness. A great play. No, you're good. A great play by Johnson, able to tip the pass. Arnett comes up with it and can't get the layup to go. 35 seconds. Nice find inside. Pierre Lewis can't lay one in. Pennsauken able to stay with it. And a foul. Clock stopping with 26.4 to go.
Yeah, and Pennsauken trying to shoot the ball, which is a different approach than I expected them to go with. I expected them to kind of slow it down and make Sterling foul. But they're still trying to get the ball off. They trust their shooters a lot.
And some tough contact with Camardo and Almonte, so now 23.6 to go. So now that it's the team's 5th foul, it'll send Almonte to the line. Almonte coming in 63% from the line. First one, good.
So even if he makes both, it is still a one-possession game.
And we've seen multiple players today nail some big threes for Sterling. So we've seen Johnson do it. We've seen Arnett do it. We've seen Borsch do it. Second one can't go. So 20 seconds remain. Sterling can tie it with a 2, take the lead with a 3. Borsch on the inside, and a foul. No, a timeout. Oh boy. 14.2 to go in this 4th quarter. Sterling trails it by 2. And you can take a look at our next TV game. That'll be this Tuesday, February 6th. Girls basketball will be taking on Haddon Township at 5:30. A playoff rematch. Broadcast live on Channel 19 as well as youtube.com/Sterling TV 19. And Strauss, a 44-42 Pennsauken lead. 14 seconds left. Could not ask for a better play-in game.
You really couldn't. And for those watching at home, I don't think anyone's sitting down right now.
Yeah, everyone on their feet, hoping for an exciting finish, and I'm sure it will be. The winner of this game will take on Camden in the first round of the Camden County Playoff Tournament. And they'll have to travel to Camden because of the eliteness of the Camden Panthers. They are a force to be reckoned with, and no matter what team faces them, it'll be a tough test. But anything can happen.
Yeah, no team is unbeatable.
Both teams 9-10 on the year. Pennsauken looking to stay undefeated against Sterling all time. Pennsauken has only played Sterling twice, and Pennsauken winning both times in 2016 and 2020. 14.2 to go in this fourth quarter. Pennsauken with a 44-42 lead. Johnson to inbound it. Finds Camardo. Camardo against Almonte. Here's Garrison. Garrison driving. Garrison can't float one up. A foul is called. It's against Jaden Farmer. We take a look at it here. And these are big foul shots for Walter Garrison. 7.3 to go. The Knights have been very good from the line in this second half. Trying to continue that here. Garrison's first is good. Here comes Garrison's second. This one can tie it up. Second one good from Walter Garrison. And he did what he had to do. This game is tied at 44.
And Sterling's done a good job of forcing turnovers on the inbound plays. So just because Pennsauken doesn't have the ball doesn't mean that they're going to get the last shot here. Sterling can easily force a turnover off the inbound, as they've been so good at doing that today.
7.3 seconds left, a big timeout for both teams. Pennsauken will get possession, so they have a chance to win it in regulation. But 7.3 seconds is a lot of time.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time. And if you're Sterling on the defensive side of the ball here, you kind of want to guard inside the paint, inside the three-point line. You want to make them earn this basket from the perimeter. You don't want to let them get an easy layup. You want to make sure that you're congesting the inside of the three-point line.
Should be a fun final 7 seconds in regulation. We'll either see a regulation game-winning shot, or this game could possibly be sent to overtime. And if that's the case, what a game to be sent to overtime, you know?
You really couldn't ask for a better game to be sent to overtime.
Both me and Strauss in the booth have left our chairs. We're now on our feet. Most of the fans here at the Castle on their feet as well.
And I mean, how could you not be?
Exactly. Almonte with 5. 3 seconds to go. Here's the shot for the win. No good. Jason Carr couldn't get it to fall, and we are going to overtime here at the Castle. Both teams cannot decide it in regulation. We'll head to OT. We're tied at 44. We'll be back after this.
Hey dude, you ready for this test?
Yeah, man, I spent all night studying on my computer. All right, guys, the test is in your laptop.
All right, let's do this. Oh no. Oh no, I forgot to charge my computer.
Yo, do you have a charger?
Nah, sorry dude.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Sterling Channel 19. We are here at the Castle in an overtime play-in game between the Pennsauken Indians and the Sterling Silver Knights. Glad you're with us here at the Castle. I'm Brian McLaren, and joined here by Connor Strauss And Strauss, what a game to be sent to overtime. 44-44 here at the Castle for a chance to play in Camden.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about it so much. You could not have asked for a better game to be sent to overtime today, and both teams won it. This is pretty much their season. This is a Camden County tournament that they're playing for a chance to play in.
We're set for a fun 4 minutes of overtime between the Knights and the Indians. Both teams could not decide it in regulation. It's been a back and forth second half, and Sterling will start with possession here in overtime. Everyone here on their feet. Nice find to Arnett. Arnett guarded by 2 defenders, gets it to Garrison. Here's Camardo. Schmid with it. Gives it off to Camardo. Camardo driving. Nice job by Arnett to corral it. Schmid on the outside. Gets it to Garrison. Great ball movement here by the Knights on their opening possession. Johnson, pass was tipped, finds Schmid. That one swatted. Garrison able to stay with it. A long opening possession for the Knights, about 50 seconds of game time. Here's Johnson working against Pierre Lewis. Arnett in the corner, driving. Arnett can't lay it in. Schmid with the second try. That one can't go. Juggled around. Garrison in the paint. That one no good. And now Costello ends up with it for Pennsauken.
Yeah, and a long possession there for the Knights, and they come up with nothing, and that's going to be huge for the rest of this overtime because now Pennsauken has a chance to take the lead.
Here's Pierre Lewis, able to find Almonte. 2.5 to go here in overtime. Nice pass underneath. Here's a 3-ball, in and out. Schmid with the rebound. So now Camardo gets it to Johnson. 2:15 to go here in this overtime period. Still tied up at 44. Johnson for the lead. He's got it. Julian Johnson cashes it in.
2 minutes. 2 minutes left in the first overtime.
So a 3-point lead for the Knights. Costello out to Almonte. Almonte trying to set something up.
Yeah, Pennsauken has been guarding Costello so tight in this overtime.
That one taken away by Arnett. Big takeaway for the Knights. Now they'll need a bucket here on this possession. Lead it by 3. Garrison finds Johnson. Johnson driving in, finds Arnett. Arnett on the outside gets it to Schmid. So here's Johnson with it. Garrison now gets it stripped away, taken away by the Indians. Less than a minute to go in this overtime period. Costello. And a timeout called by Pennsauken, a big one. That'll stop the clock with 52.5 to go. And we're going to take a look at the basket here for the Knights. A big 3 for Julian Johnson, who's had one heck of a game here today.
Yeah, just a great shot there from Johnson. Give the Knights the lead, and now they get to play the rest of this overtime from the lead, which is huge. Pennsauken taking a full timeout, fully talk things over. If you're the Knights, you really want to guard the perimeter here more than anything.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen big 3s being made by that guy on your screen, Victor Costello. He is a sharp shooter from beyond the arc, so definitely going to have to guard the exterior. Frankie Almonte has also made some big 3s in this one.
As you can follow us on Instagram at SterlingTV19. Find some pictures and highlights of all the games, some pregame stuff, and a bunch of clips from all the games. So a bunch of highlights. Follow us on Instagram, SterlingTV19.
So a 3-point lead for the Knights here in this overtime period. 52.5 seconds remaining. Both teams playing for a chance to take on Camden in the opening round of the South Jersey playoff tournament. The Knights still in their timeout as they look to get something orchestrated. Pennsauken still waiting out there for them. So the Knights will take the court. They lead it by 3, 47-44 after the big 3-ball from Julian Johnson. Costello to inbound it. He'll get it to Ryan Jones. Jones gets a screen. Nice find for the tie. Bounced around, it hits the top. Victor Costello's 3 can't go. We take a look.
Very well drawn up play there from Pennsauken. They got the ball to Costello, which is what they wanted to do. He had a pretty uncontested look, but just unlucky there with the shot.
Here's Arnett. 35 seconds. Garrison driving in, finds Schmid. He lays it in. Big bucket for Travis Schmid. It's a 5-point game with 25 seconds. Here's Almonte. 20 seconds left. Costello now. Back to Costello. Here's a 3. He's got it. And a timeout called by Pennsauken. It's back to a 2-point game. Great ball movement there by the Indians and a nice job by Costello to cash in from the corner.
Yeah, 2-point game, and we've seen crazy things happen all night, so don't think that just because the Knights have the ball with a 2-point lead that this game is over. Still 12 seconds left on the clock for Pennsauken to get back to work.
Yeah, it all just means that Pensauken's going to either have to try and foul or hope for a takeaway. A nice pass by Garrison to Schmid, and Schmid able to cash in, laying one in off the glass. Let me take a look right here. The bucket for Pennsauken that keeps them in the game. And Victor Costello has mostly been money from 3. Again, making 5 threes in their win against Palmyra. Had 23 points in that game. Averages about 13 points per game. He's been very big for the Indians here today.
Yeah, and for Sterling team, where they've struggled at the free throw line, but they've been better recently, it looks like their season is going to come down to the free throw line, because Pensauken's going to have to foul here. And we talked so much about how important it is to make those free throws, and it's going to be shown here.
And overall, Sterling doing very well in the second half with their free throws. And overall, when it comes to being from the free throw line, someone you might not want to foul is Jason Camardo. He has been very efficient overall on the season. They'll foul Walt Garrison there. Clock stopping with 8.2 seconds left.
So they're not going to go to the line. It's going to be an inbound play because the Knights aren't, or Pennsauken isn't over the limit yet. It's actually an advantage for the Knights.
Camardo to inbound, quickly finds Johnson. He'll be fouled quickly. Clock stopping with 6.8 left. So Sterling will inbound it yet again. 6.8 seconds to go here in overtime. Knights lead by 2. Johnson finds Camardo. He's quickly fouled. So another foul against Camardo. Again, a guy not to foul. He's been very efficient from the free throw line all season, even though he doesn't have a lot of free throws only coming in. He had about 9 attempts. Another foul for Pennsauken. It's against Jones, so Jones will have to check out. It was against Arnett. So Ryan Jones fouled out. Sterling will take a timeout. 4.6 to go here in overtime. The Knights lead by 2. Let's take a look at our next TV game. That'll be this Tuesday, February 6th. Girls basketball will be taking on Haddon Township at 5:30. It'll be live on Channel 19 as well as youtube.com/SterlingTV19. So Pennsauken will need to foul one more time to send one of the Knights to the line. And the Knights, with 2 free throws, would ice the game. And we've talked about the free throws being very big for the Knights. You can follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19. All live updates going on here around the castle, extracurricular activities, sporting events, and much, much more. And you can find all of that, plus behind the scenes and much more. You can follow us on Twitter at SterlingTV19. Take a look at the cheerleaders with their cheerleading events. Again, 4.6 to go here at the castle. Glad you're with us. I'm Brian McLernan, joined by Connor Strauss here in a big play-in game at the castle. 4.6 to go in overtime. Inbound to Camardo. 3 seconds. He's fouled with 1.8 to go. Very well orchestrated here by the Knights as they were able to pass it to Camardo. He was able to get a little bit of space to delay the eventual foul.
Yeah, great job from Camardo as he's going to go to the line.
First shot can't go. So that one a big miss. Can make this one. And he does. So Pennsauken with a 3 can only tie. 1.2 to go. A long pass. Pierre Lewis for the tie. No good. And this game is over. Sterling is moving on to Camden as they win it 50-47.
What a game.
Sterling will take on Camden in the first round of the playoffs with a 50-47 win. We'll take a look at the final second here in overtime. A great pass to Pierre Lewis. He got the shot off, but it was off the mark, hit the left side of the backboard, and it could not fall. So Sterling will move to 10-10 on the year. And a frustrating loss for the Pennsauken Indians, and a big win for your Sterling Knights. They've now won 5 of their last 6.
And in other news, Haddonfield boys basketball has lost their first game of the season to Central Regional. They lost 52-35.
Wow. It won't affect any brackets here in South Jersey. But what a win here for the Knights. They've won, again, 5 of their last 6 games. They have a date with Camden in the first round of the playoffs. They will head to Camden to take on the Panthers. I'm Brian McLernan, joined here by Connor Strauss. And what a game we witnessed here today.
I mean, what a phenomenal game that was, and a great job of Sterling to come back from that 17-point run that Pennsauken went on and end up winning the game. Just a great back-and-forth game, and you could not have asked for a better game.
Yeah, there was a 3-ball that missed, hit the top, that went out of play. That was big. That was a big miss for Sterling, and they eventually got the job done here at the castle. 50-47. We take a look here at Julian Johnson with a big 3 here in overtime with 2:10 to go, and that was a huge make for the Knights. But that is going to do it here at the castle. I'm Brian McLernan, joined here by Connor Strauss. What a game we got to witness today. Thanks to Mr. K and everyone around here on the tech crew for making this broadcast possible. But that's going to do it here at the castle. I'm Brian McLernan saying so long, and as always,
go Knights.
Go Knights.